This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Monday, February 24th. I'm here with Stephanie, Brandon, Erica. I'm Jeff. Reunited, and it feels so good.
It's been a while.
I know. I feel like last week someone was here, and then you were gone, and then you were gone. You had the interview with Ben Affleck we talked about.
That airs tomorrow.
It airs, so I don't want to give away any spoilers, but all good?
All's good.
Oh, man, I'm kind of jelly. I'm kind of jelly.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's get to it. Today, the world said goodbye to Lakers legend Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna at the Staples Center. Fans, family, and the famous opened their hearts. Beyonce welcomed mourners with a powerful rendition of her song XO. She said it was one of Kobe's favorites. And eagle-eyed fans pointed out her purple nails that spelled out the names of Gigi on one hand and Kobe on the other. And a lot of people are also talking about Michael Jordan, who couldn't help but cry. Take a look.
In the game of basketball, in life, as a parent, Kobe left nothing in the tank. He left it all on the floor. Maybe it surprised people that Kobe and I were very close friends, but we were very close friends. Kobe was my dear friend. He was like a little brother. Everyone always wanted to talk about the comparisons between he and I. I just wanted to talk about Kobe.
That was tough to watch, and this was even tougher for the first time Vanessa Bryant spoke publicly about her grief. Let's watch.
My baby girl. Gianna Bryant is an amazingly sweet and gentle soul. She was always thoughtful. She always kissed me goodnight and kissed me good morning. Kobe was known as a fierce competitor on the basketball court. The greatest of all time, a writer, an Oscar winner, and the Black Mamba. I couldn't see him as a celebrity, nor just an incredible basketball player. He was my sweet husband and the beautiful father of our children. He was mine. He was my everything.
Very emotional day. Did you guys have a chance to take any of this in earlier from the day?
Yeah, I've been watching pieces throughout the day, and it's like we talk about the whole tragedy as if it's almost like a trailer, because it doesn't even seem real. And then you get all of those people in the Staples Center with the people who were closest to him, his wife being the mother of their daughter who they lost. Yeah. I mean, it just brings it home. And the Michael Jordan tribute was so important as well, because the fact that there was this idea of like maybe there was this competition, like it was nothing but love. It was about like driving each other. And the last time we've seen Michael like this publicly was after his father was killed. So I think that it's just been a very emotional day, but I'm glad that they were able to do something meaningful on a meaningful day. There's a lot of energy in that room, and this is something we'll never forget.
Yeah, Erica, you put that. I mean, I don't want to grieve anymore, man. Like, I don't want to mourn anymore. Today was a day of celebration for me. Yeah. And when you're watching guys go up there like Shaq, you're watching Jordan go up there, and Jordan made a comment about his cry face because he was crying. He was hoping that he doesn't get that anymore. But Vanessa Bryant smiled and cried and laughed at that point when he said that. I can only imagine that's her first time maybe putting some sort of smile or laugh on her face since she heard this tragic news. Shaq cracked jokes. So you can see a lot of people in that house of love kind of loosening the moment just a little bit to make it a celebration for some of us. And that, I mean, that's what I needed at this time. A lot of people needed it as well.
Well, I was in shock today when obviously, so
when obviously we had the news and Alicia Keys took to the stage and she like mothered everyone, didn't she, when she was the Master of Ceremonies a few weeks ago, we were like, wow, no one could do it better than her. And then I was really worried, to be honest, about how was Vanessa going to cope in this situation, because we've all lost someone that's been very dear to us, and I don't know if any of you have ever spoken at a funeral or a wake, but it is very difficult, and that's when you're with your closest friends and family, never mind when the entire world is watching you. And that's not just her partner, that's her little girl, that's her whole life, and she's left now with these beautiful other 3 girls that are wonderful, but she's got to be their rock. So I'm just so glad that everyone else was able to be her rock on that day, and that she managed to get through that, because if you actually listen to the entire piece, it was so eloquent, it was so beautiful, and she did them so proud. They literally, it was fantastic, and I couldn't believe how strong she was, and I'm so glad for her, and she got to say that.
Yeah, I don't know if it was me, it was only 1 month ago, if I'd be able to keep it together after losing not only your loved one, but you're also a child, which is incredible. All right, guys, we're going to switch gears here a little bit, because guess who's back in the news? Jussie Smollett is setting the stage for a new trial. It was chaos in Chicago today when the Empire actor arrived at court. Per Jussie, that's what he does this morning. Jussie pled not guilty to 6 felony charges of disorderly conduct, and they finally found the Nigerian brothers. There they are. The lawyer said they are sorry and willing to do whatever they can. So 2 questions. Where were you guys?
Where have they
and
been?
Steph, where did you get that jacket? Because I love that jacket.
Let's have a look again. Which one?
The one on the right. Look at that jacket.
Oh, that's quite suave, isn't it? Tell you what, he must have paid them quite well then, hadn't he? If they look like that.
We got ourselves a Fashion Fix Friday Cook County Court edition.
Wow. How long were you working on that for?
I tell you what, he deserved it. The first time he went in looking like the Matrix, he has brought some pretty much sass, I'll give you that.
And the way Jussie, I keep calling him Juicy because of that Dave Chappelle special. But the way he walked in, locked arms, that's the way I walk into Erica Cobb's house Super Bowl parties. I'm coming in here to have a good time, baby.
Well, no, he's not coming in there to have a good time, because the fact that those brothers are there and we're seeing them regularly is a major blow for Jussie's case, because they keep referring to them. I don't know what their status is, but they keep referring to them as the Nigerian brothers. Remember, Nigeria was also on the banned list and no-fly list. So I think that there's probably some pretty severe consequences either way for someone, and so everybody's out for their own gain.
Yeah, listen, I just think though both those brothers, they hold the keys to the answer. You know what I mean? So just for me, I can't wait to hear from them, hear what they have to say. And for Jussie, I mean, I don't want to stay on this all day, but I'm just fascinated with this case. I don't know what I want, like, his punishment to be. I don't know what I want the verdict to come down. But I think it should be some kind of community service for the city of Chicago or something like that. We talked a little bit earlier today about jail time, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. It's a long way off. It's a long way off. I'm just happy to see the brothers.
I'm happy to see those dudes, man.
All right, guys, speaking of verdicts, the verdict is in for disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein. He was convicted of 2 charges, including third-degree rape, but acquitted on the more serious counts of predatory sexual assault. Weinstein reportedly had no reaction when he heard the verdict this morning. Cameras weren't allowed in the courtroom, so here's a sketch of him being taken away in handcuffs. Weinstein will be sentenced next month and faces up to 25 years in prison. And just so you know, he's going to jail.
Right.
He's not going home.
Right. None of this weird, like, let's give you house arrest until we figure out what your sentence is going to be. So, in my opinion, he has seen his last days as a free man, period, for the rest of his life. I think this whole case was really about precedence, because you have to understand that there are charges being mounted against him all over the country and in other countries. So that means that whatever the verdict was for this time around was probably going to play a part in the next time. Had he been free to go or found not guilty, then that would have meant that would have helped him in the other cases to come. The fact that he's gotten even guilty of lesser charges is going to bode well in terms of how much time he is going to get, and I think it's going to be an insurmountable time.
So he has charges in L.A. he's facing because that was in New York and in Milan. Is that correct?
Yeah. But I want to the aesthetics of it. Just seeing a picture of him being handcuffed and taken away, does that give the survivors? Does that give them some of that control back, or would they rather see an actual picture or videos of him being handcuffed and taken away?
I don't think that it's about the actual picture. I don't want to speak for survivors. But to me, I think what people don't see is the idea of standing up in front of the or you being the accuser, standing up in front of the person who victimized you and giving your statement. Like, that is probably the biggest gift that you can have. But the fact that he is receiving some justice means something. I don't care how we see that.
Cool. Thank you.
Big day. Big day. All right, guys, coming up, Stephanie's got a red carpet roundup from the NAACP Awards. The winners, the losers, the looks that fell flat, and the ones we fell in love with. You don't want to miss it. And later, we're throwing it way back with Freddie Prinze Jr. The former teen icon tells Tori Shulman what he's up to now and the secret to his long marriage to SMG Sarah Michelle Gellar.
All right, we're live. So, yeah, I know. So he just said we're bringing up Kobe again because throughout the day I was jumping over the computer and trying to watch, and I got to watch Michael Jordan speak live. Yeah. It was very emotional. Even me just watching it, I thought he did a great job. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch Michael Jordan.
We don't hear from Mike. We never hear from Mike. And this is one of those things, like Erica. I mean, I even forgot about Jordan's dad died, and he was crying because of that. So, I mean, just think for him to step up there and to talk about Kobe, his legacy, and the relationship that they had. It must have been eating Jordan for quite some time now, just like a lot of people. And then just the cutaways that they had of some of the celebrities and his former teammates, the D Wades, the Derek Fishers, all those guys. Because Derek Fisher and Kobe came in the same year. But Kobe came in as an 18-year-old straight out of high school. Yeah. Derek Fisher came out of college. And you just talk about the relationships you build with these people, like your teammates. I have teammates that I call my brothers, you know, and this is off of 2-3 years as teammates. Imagine playing with a guy 14, 15 years. So, but like I said, today is all about celebration to me.
I think you're right, man. I think this is, I mean, we've been talking about Kobe a lot in the last month, but I feel like this is the time. I don't think we'll ever stop talking about him or forget about him, but I think this is the time where we do put it to rest, you know what I mean, and kind of let people get over it and try to move on with their lives. I don't know, as a wife or as a mother, how you move on. Like I said, I don't know how she even gave that speech in front of all those people, you know, and talked about her daughter like that. But it's got to feel good knowing so many people care.
Yeah, and even when she was getting choked up, when she was talking about Gigi, you can hear a small portion of the crowd start going, Gigi, Gigi. So not only were people honoring your husband, they're honoring your daughter as well. We grieve and we mourn and we celebrate the lives of the other families that were affected as well.
I like what Michael said too, you know, appreciate every day, appreciate what you have with your families.
Appreciate.
Jesus.
Hey, here we go.
Welcome back to DBL. Fashion was front and center at the NAACP Image Awards over the weekend. There's a lot to cover. Wow, our fashionista Stephanie Jones has your red carpet roundup. Stephanie.
What an entrance! I like that theme tune, I'll take that. Well, we're deep in award season, so that means there's plenty of red carpet fashion to talk about, and Saturday's NAACP Image Awards did not disappoint. But first, some of the best. So here's Janelle Monáe looking like a ray of sunshine in her satiny midriff bearing gown. It's got that kind of sexy bohemian thing going on with its high-waisted maxi skirt that's hitting all of the high notes. If this outfit were a song, I'd be playing it on repeat. She's killing it. And next, looking perfect in purple is Rihanna. She dazzled in this violet number that looks like a blooming flower, and her stems were decorated by chic purple wraparound heels. They say purple is the color of royalty. Riri, you are a queen. And speaking of queens, 20-year-old Yara Shahidi's mini dress has taken the throne. The actress stepped out in this ornate mint green creation. As a nominee for her role in Grownish, she didn't take home the award, but I declare her the winner of this award show red carpet. She's fantastic. But let's be real, you can't have the good without the bad. And ladies and gentlemen, I've got some pretty horrific ones. So first of all, Brie Larson, her dress makes her look like a punk rock Elsa from Frozen. Honey, it's time to let it go. The top could work if you're into tying bed sheets together, but the blue and black skirt needs to be put to bed forever. Euphoria star Storm Reid came this close to making this outfit work. Just like her skirt is this close to being attached. What's that phrase? Close but no cigar? But let's give her some credit. Maybe she was busy looking for a less hideous pair of shoes and just couldn't find the time. I guess she couldn't find the new shoes either. And finally, I'm sorry to say this, but you could say Lizzo looked good as hell in her colourful geometric dress, but you'd be lying. This little number can't decide what it is. It's got numbers, a compass, 100 different patterns. It's even got Lizzo's name on it. She may have taken home the award for Entertainer of the Year, but just like award shows, darling, you can't win them all. So, what did you lot think of that fashion?
Great job.
I'm in agreement with all of your choices, but I think you left one out because my girl, Stacey Ike,
Let's have a look.
killed it, okay?
Oh, yes.
Stacey was serving us attitude with gratitude, and I don't know if you can identify this designer stuff, but who do you think she's wearing?
Okay, so there's a lot of sparkle going on there. There's a lot of embellishment, which to me means moolah, which sounds something like Versace.
Well, it's moolah, but a little bit less. Homegirl got her dress from ASOS. That's right, looking like $1 million, balling on a budget. The girl's brand is Fight for Your Fairy Tale, and she just won all her fairy tales.
There we
Way to go, Stacey.
Jeez.
She did look hot. I'm going to give her that. She looked good.
I would have flipped. I thought Lizzo looked all right. I thought Rihanna
Okay, no. Okay, let's be honest. Right, Lizzo normally brings it. I'm used to seeing flute playing, fluffy wearing Hershey bar dresses. This looks like she'd strolled down to Target and picked it up for $10. I'm sorry. I love her, but no.
What about Rihanna? She looked like Grimace.
The purple thing from McDonald's. That's what I said.
Sorry.
Okay, look. It's a bit avant-garde. It's like, it's fabulous. She won the President Award and she gave a top dollar speech. So I'm here for this look.
Oh, no, you did not say Grimace.
You did not. No, you did
I
not.
love you.
You agreed.
You love me. You know where I'm going with that. Coming up on DBL, great job, Steph. I'm going to get blasted for that.
Oh,
it's
dear.
a blast from the past. Freddie Prinze Jr. talks about his teen heartthrob status and what he's been up to when DBL comes back.
We all know that
Regina reached out with questions about an application she got in the mail. The letter starts by saying, "No one at this address is currently registered to vote." And inside, instructions on how to register plus a form labeled State of Georgia Voter Registration Application. With the countdown on to Georgia's primary, let's verify. The letterhead indicates the materials came from the Voter Participation Center. We confirmed on GuideStar, which tracks nonprofits. The group is a 501c3 out of Washington, D.C. Turns out the center has been busy sending out 5.4 million voter registration applications in September across 15 states. That includes 560,000 applications here in Georgia. The group says they're targeting certain demographics of unregistered voters. With that, we can verify the Voter Participation Center sent the applications. Also included, a prepaid envelope addressed to Georgia's Secretary of State Elections Office. We sent the application to state officials for further details, and a spokesperson for the Secretary of State's office tells me they always encourage all eligible Georgians to vote. When it comes to third-party voter registrations, officials encourage Georgians to double-check the form to make sure it's indeed correct. And state officials also tell me the easiest way to register is by visiting Georgia's Secretary of State's website online. Still, we did verify the VPC application sent to Regina matches the wording of the downloadable form we found on the state's website. Something to know, because voter registration is a county function in Georgia, third-party applications sent to the state election division would be forwarded. The counties issue precinct cards after reviewing and processing applications. Do you have something for us to verify? Reach out to us with your ideas via Twitter, Facebook, or via email at verify@11alive.com.
come on, y'all. It's kids being kids. When we were kids, we used to throw rocks at each other, steal cars, do those sorts of things.
Steal cars?
Maybe on
Grand Theft Auto. Whoa,
that escalated quickly.
Wow.
Welcome back to DBL. Earlier, Tori Schulman had the chance to chat with former teen heartthrob Freddie Prinze Jr. Now, he's starring in a reboot of Punky Brewster and a tongue-in-cheek ad campaign with his wife, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Check it out.
I'm Sarah Michelle Gellar.
And I'm Freddie Prinze Jr. And we want to talk to you about something affecting millions of households, a topic we care passionately about.
Doing it every night.
We get it. Until recently, we were only doing it once, maybe twice a week. Now we do it every night.
This is my favorite question ever that I've asked a celebrity. I heard you and Sarah Michelle Gellar do it every night. Okay, what is that about? Talk to me.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, right.
Every guy in the world just went, yeah,
right.
That would be great. No, our campaign, it came to us in a very random way. And then I got this email from my reps and we got this Cascade pitch. And so I read it and I laughed out loud and I thought it was really slick and really funny. And then I started reading these statistics that they put in there. You have to understand, I was born and raised in California. My whole life, I thought that I was good at conserving water. And I would only use the sink because I was saving water. And then I found out, and these were legit stats, that I was using 8 gallons of water every 2 minutes. And if I ran my dishwasher every night with just like 7-8 dishes in it, I could save 100 gallons of water a week. Here I thought I was this black belt level water conserver, and it turns out I'm like the biggest offender of wasting water in all of Los Angeles. And you can thank Cascade for smartening my dumb brain up.
You're a real Freddie Prinze, you know you are. Now I can say with confidence, we all have had a fantasy, including me, and I did do this in my stairs. You go down the stairs in slow motion, right, to the perfect first date, okay? Is that every night for you and Sarah, or what's really, I want you to be open. What's a lesson you've learned, because you guys have been together a remarkably, wonderfully long time, and mazel tov on that.
So there have been no staircases, no staircase walk downs in our 20 plus years together. The one thing we do have is the man who wrote all the score for She's All That. Yeah. It was Stuart Copeland from The Police, the drummer. And he happens to live right behind us. And he still plays the drums all the time, and he still rocks with a ton of his friends, and we get free concerts in our backyard because the music literally just rolls down our hill.
What a rad, weird, awesome combination.
I love that you just said rad. I've been trying to bring that word back, and I love you for saying it.
Thank you, man, because they're telling me rad will never happen, and I'm like, rad's happening. Rad's gonna happen.
No, rad is happening, and I think it's rad that you said that.
Thank you. Now, before we finish this interview, I do want to mention our EP. He knew your dad, and what a great performer he was. I'm a stand-up comic myself. We just want to honor him and thank you for your time with us in this time. But we wanted to give tribute because we all really appreciate what he gave. So thank you.
Oh, yeah, my pops was the man. I loved him dearly, and his memory even more so. Absolutely. And the amount of comics that have come up to me and legit told me, yo, your dad's the reason I thought I could be a comic. I met Paul Rodriguez when I was 16. He goes, I quit the Air Force to be a comic because of your dad. Wow. And I was just like, as a 16-year-old, how does that not make you feel amazing, right?
Freddie Prinze Jr., thank you so much. It's been an honor.
No, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks to that rad interview, I'm going to start doing it every night. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty Blast. I'm Jeray Banks, or you can find me at Jeray for the Slay on any social media platform. Today, I'm giving you guys a red light beauty tip. These are quick tips to make sure that you can slay in a pinch. So let's go ahead and get right to it. This week's red light beauty tip is buying 2 concealers instead of 1. Now, this is great because you always want to be able to make sure that you're able to touch up on the go. Now, 2 concealers because we want 1 shade brightening our under eye. Typically, you want to lean towards more of a pink undertone concealer or peachy finish for this, or you want a concealer that matches your complexion. These are going to be great for on-the-go touch-ups. Now, a lot of the time, you can buy 2 different ones, or you can buy a single individual concealer pack. My holy grail favorite is the MAC Studio Pro Studio Fix Concealer Palettes. Those guys are going to be able to conceal and correct for an 8-hour finish that lasts through the day. And If you're needing to work makeup more than 8 hours, then come talk to your boy, because we can look into some ingredients, okay? Now, with that being said, you want these 2 different concealers for so many different reasons. Just think about it. After a long day at work, you don't look the same as you did at 8 a.m., honey. So, might as well go ahead and touch up that under eye for a quick happy hour finish, or for a quick look on the go for happy hour. And then another reason, let's just think about it. Allergies are upon us in that sickly time of the year where everyone has a cold and you're sniffling. Your nose is constantly looking kind of red. Therefore, you might as well pick up that concealer that matches your complexion and touch up for your right around your nose. Now, for your under eye, we all have leaky eyes sometimes. So brightening and keeping that brightening concealer is going to be great for on the go once again. Now, if you guys have more beauty questions, make sure you write in at Jure for this lay on all social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'll meet you there. All right, guys? We'll talk to you next time.
With the spread of the coronavirus comes the spread of something else, misinformation. But some of the biggest names in social media are trying to fight back. Let's connect the dots. There have been plenty of strange claims about the coronavirus on social media. Everything from conspiracy theories about where it came from to bizarre cures that could probably kill you. To stop the spread, Facebook says it's doing proactive sweeps to remove fake information and is offering free advertising for health organizations that want to post educational information. On Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, if you click on a coronavirus hashtag, you will get a notice linking you to the official Centers for Disease Control website. YouTube doing its part as well. If you search coronavirus on the site, the first result is a link to the World Health Organization, and the top videos are all from legitimate news organizations. And that is Connecting the Dots.
The winner of a Sandals Resorts luxury included Caribbean vacation will be announced February 26th on Daily Blast Live. Make sure to watch.
Welcome back. Before we go, Brandon, you have a quick shout out?
Absolutely. Happy 12th birthday to my nephew, Cordell. Absolutely love you, buddy.
Look at that.
He's 12 years old and he's got hair goals. But I mean, he's a great kid, great grades, loves basketball, loves football. He's just everything you want as a nephew. So.
Look at that smirk. He's a London for sure.
Absolutely.
That smirk.
Absolutely.
Beauty.
And he beats me at Madden already.
Dude, Cordell London. That's I mean, he's just already on the jersey, man. It's already on there.
Prince Hakeem.
Happy birthday, buddy. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Happy Monday, everybody.